Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Davey Deathray here. I just couldn't stay away. I just couldn't do it. We are back. This is a true late night with the Davey. We're going to do a little horror Q&A. This is really easy. Well, we'll see how easy it is. We'll see how much I just blah, blah, blah until, you know, everyone leaves the chat. But it should be very easy. If you have a question, I'll just answer it as straightforward as I can, and we'll roll with that. I might prioritize some channel members if it really starts popping off. We'll just kind of see. You know, gotta show them a little bit of that extra love, right? So, and then guys, I do have a super chat goal going. So if you want to like just keep things going, it's not a requirement. We can, you know, we're still gonna have fun no matter what. So, super chats are just kind of fun, a little bit extra. Little bit of a kick-ass time, you know. So I thought I had a banner like all ready to go, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't have my regular like silly banner. So what I'm gonna do, welcome to the channel, everyone. That's good. I like that. Make sure to hit that like button. There we go. I'm getting that out of the way in the first 3 minutes. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, all that good stuff. Hit the notification bell, that way you don't miss anything. There we go. We got a little bit of that going on. And yeah, guys, I guess the only other thing I would say, you know, another like thing you can do that's just free, if you're having a kick-ass time here and you have a friend that's like your horror buddy, and maybe they don't know about my channel yet because I'm just a little guy, you know. Maybe they watch the Cody Leaches and the Drum Dumses and all the you know, awesome guys out there that we all know and love anyways. Bring them on over here. We'll make this thing even more fun than it is already, and it's a fuck of a time as is. So, all right, guys, I'm going to get in. I'm going to say what's up to y'all. I think I even set it up on YouTube to where you can just ask questions. So, I don't know. Let me see. Okay, so I can go over to questions. Okay, answer questions live. Okay, sweet. So if I go over to the YouTube side, I don't know. It won't let me. I can't use it on the StreamYard side, so I might not be able to highlight every single one. But on the YouTube side, it's kind of cool. I can actually like just see the questions. So that's awesome. That's an easy way to, like, if you want to make sure I don't miss a question, I'll go over there and make sure I haven't missed any. So I'm going to say what's up to everybody. We're going to make that as quick as possible. And then we're going to get into the Q&A. And I'm just going to let you guys know, I got my Scream shirt on because I'm not a hater. You know, I mean, yeah. There are movies that I like more and movies that I like less in the franchise. But even when Radio Silence was in control, you know, I was still there for the franchise. So I'm not gonna leave old Ghostface behind. Okay. All right, here we go. I'm gonna say what's up to y'all. We got Lamontre Gillard in the house, one of our great channel members. What's happening, Lamontre? We got G. What's happening, G? Another one of our great channel members. Lizzie with a Y dropping a couple zombies, another one of our channel members. Thank you all for being members, guys. We got Ghost in the Dark Kills. What's happening, Ghost? We got Billy Judd. What's happening, Billy? We got Tia Nina, another one of our great channel members. Channel members. I swear I don't stutter all the time, but maybe if I'm stony a little bit. So give me a break, people. We got Steph, aka Skittles. What's happening, Steph? Yes, hi again. For the channel members, or at least the channel members that were there for the horror movie club earlier, you're getting a double dose of Davey today. Yeah, that's right. We have a horror movie club. Super fun for members only. The great thing is, guys, 99 cents a month gets you a membership. Not required, but for certain things required, if that makes sense. All right, here we go. Can't wait for Scary Movie 6. Yes, very, very fun. I'm looking forward to that as well. Who else do we have in here? We got Christine. What's happening, Christine? Hope you are doing well. Good evening back to you. Everyone, we are kicking it. We are Death Squad kicking it. We got King Matthew the Third. I'm sorry, guys. I just about coughed my brains out there. We got King Matthew the Third hanging out. What's happening? Says, what's up, Davey? How are you doing? Unfortunately, can't join the stream. No worries, man. Thank you so much for jumping on in and saying hi. Sometimes it can happen. It can. Christine, I'll get to that once I say hello to everybody. I'm going to star that just in case it didn't get picked up by the Q&A thing. We got Beige666. What's happening? Ooh, thought it was a solid movie. Ghostface reveals were weak. Other than that, movie was pretty. Yeah, I like the Ghostface reveals, but I I get it to a certain degree. But I liked it all. I really dug Scream 7. Not perfect, obviously. There's a few movies in the franchise I can think of that I like more, but I really enjoyed this one. I do. I have a 13 on my wrist there. I do, yeah. And I'll probably get a thorn tattoo on the other wrist. How about it? Here we go. Let's see what else we got going. I'm just going to say hi to everyone, and then we'll get to questions, okay? So we got Saigon hanging out. What's happening? Saigon says Scream 7 was very good. I agree. We got Mud Nelson, our guy Gavin. What's happening, Gav? Hope you are doing well also, man. Thank you for jumping on in. Gerald is in the house. What's happening, Jared Arnold? But Gerald is, yeah, no worries. Hang out, ask a question. I'll get your question, and that way, if you have to bail and go to bed, like, you're totally cool, you know? Dolly looks, man, I watched a scene from it, and it does look really gritty. I'm very interested. I'm curious. I'll probably check it out. We got Dominic St. Clair in the house. What's happening, Dominic? Thank you so much for hanging out, man. Yeah, it's got a picking up on some TCM vibes from what I saw anyways. We got Manny's Manic Media. Yes, so Manny is talking about, Bruce Campbell put out a statement today that he has cancer. From what I remember from the statement, he says that it's treatable, but they don't consider it curable. And he's basically like, that's all I'm going to get into. I'm going to go to treatment. I'm going to have to cancel some of my, con appearances and stuff. But he's like, I'm a tough son of a gun. So, yeah, that kind of stuff doesn't really care, like who you are or what you've done or how healthy you've tried to keep yourself. It's like, it can find you no matter what. So, yeah, tons of support and love and prayers and positive vibes and all that stuff to Bruce and his family. And, with all the beatings he took playing Ash, thank you, Sam Raimi. This cancer is in for a fucking fight. So, yeah, just send him everything you can, guys. If you pray. If you don't, then whatever else you got that, whatever kind of positive energy you can send. Horror Movie Club 2026. We got NRU Cody in the house. What's happening? NRU, I saw a trailer a few days ago. Is this a different one? Interesting. I think it looks more engaging than the first movie. Holy cow, my buddy Ryan Michael is hanging out with us, and he has just become a YouTube channel member. What's happening, Ryan? Ryan also just became a Patreon member, so he's really going for it here. You only have to do one, Ryan, but you're such a sweetheart for doing both. Ryan and I, we got to know each other. I was living back in Portland from 08 to 2019-ish. And Ryan and I, what was it, Ryan? Was it probably 2015 or something like that when we started hanging out, something like that? Maybe a little bit before. But yeah, we worked together at a pizza shop. I saw that Ryan has a thorn tattoo, and I was like, thorn tattoo, huh? He looked at me like, how the fuck do you know what that is? Because that's the kind of nerds that, all of us are in this community. When you find one of your own out in the wild, you're sort of like, oh? Little Tim Allen kind of thing. It is this, it's this kind of crazy thing. And then you want to catch up on well, what's your favorite this? What's your favorite that? And so Ryan and I, there were a lot of nights we lived a few miles away from where we worked, but there were a lot of nights where we'd close up the pizza shop and, walk home and just talk about horror movies and make up comedy skits and make up fake songs. And I don't know how many times we walked down, I don't know, what was it? Was it 15th down from Killingsworth to Broadway, pretty much. If you guys know Portland, you know what we're talking about. Yeah, Ryan, I don't think you were drinking, but I was drinking. I'd drink a beer while we were closing up and then at least fill up for one more for the walk. So it was a good time. Thank you so much for being a channel member, Ryan. Ryan and I talked on the phone yesterday for 2.5 hours catching up. It had been a while, so killer stuff there. Don't have a tramp stamp, but I'll show it to you when I get if I get one, not when I get one. Manny's Manic Media became a YouTube channel member. Fuck yeah. Thank you so much, Manny. Really appreciate you. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Man, the memberships are like popping off, and it's incredible, guys. For not even having 3,000 subscribers on the channel, we have almost 80 channel members, which is incredible. It tells me that you guys really appreciate what you're getting from the whole entire experience. You know, just being in the community. And yeah, and it tells me that there's, you know, we got something here. So yeah, let's keep it up. Okay. I think I've said hello to everybody. I just want to make sure. Okay, so I've said hello to everybody. I'm going to get on to some questions. It did fail miserably, and I'm seeing where I'm going to talk about Scream 7 so much, and I have been. So I'll try to like limit it. I mean, of course, if you guys have questions about it, like it's all fair game. But tomorrow night we're going to do a Hit the Bricks, and we're going to talk about it as well. So that'll be like 9 p.m. Eastern. We're going to talk about it more. It'll be Lee from Drum Dums, Nick from the Lost River Drive-In, and Matt Facci and Brett Mann from Good Real Hunting are going to join us as well. So it'll be a big old group. Yeah, but I'm just seeing some wild stuff from the haters. I understand not liking it or just thinking, oh yeah, it's okay. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, you just think it's okay. But there is some like ugliness out there that I'm seeing for sure. It's a bummer, but I mean, whatever. It's, what can you do? You know, what can you do? People are just going to be that way sometimes. All right, cool. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for kicking it with me. I don't know if I've thanked you yet. Thank you to the Patreon members. Thank you to all the channel members as well. And thank you to the Death Squad mods. Maybe we'll have one pop up in here, but I think I can handle it. You guys are a pretty well-behaved bunch. So, yeah, you know, it's so funny, Jared. Yeah, Nick, Lee, and I, we're pretty much on the same page. Surprise, surprise. And I don't, like, just for whatever it's worth to you guys, I'm sure you already know this, or maybe people would assume it, or maybe they would assume the opposite. Before I go and see a movie like this, unless I absolutely don't give a shit, but now that I have a channel, I watch the trailers, sure. I read up on the news. We cover the news here and everything. I don't watch reviews or read reviews or anything like that before I go see one of these movies. I don't want it to cloud or influence or anything like that the way I feel, or even like something that I'll notice or something that I'll say about it. I want, even if I miss something or misinterpret something, at least it's all coming from me. And then after that, I'll go and check out what people are saying. Because I saw it on Thursday night, but East Coast people got to see it sooner. So I saw that stuff was coming out, and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, but I really enjoyed it. 3.5 to 4 out of 5, I would say, for, you know, giving a star rating for this kind of movie. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Yeah, I mean, even the critics on Rotten Tomatoes are like, really, they're treating this thing like it's Jason Takes Manhattan, like the score. What's happening, Ernest? How are you doing, man? Welcome on in. We're doing a Q&A, guys. There should be, I don't know what it looks like on the YouTube side because I'm logged into my account, so it doesn't really show me. It shows me what you guys have entered for the Q&A. I do see some questions here, so let's see what we got. And really, horror Q&A, if there's something else you want to ask me, I'm not going to be weird about it. So just ask, and if I don't want to answer it, I'll tell you. Ghost in the Dark Kill says, what's your favorite top 10 favorite horror movies to watch in the dark? I mean, like light or dark, like no matter what the setting is, they're probably going to be the same top 10 horror movies. Okay, Ghost, I don't think I'll be able to rank them, but I'll give you 10. I'll give you 10 in no particular order. How about that? Okay. Original Halloween, the original Dawn of the Dead, the original Day of the Dead, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, original, The Thing from 1982, John Carpenter's The Thing, Dead Alive, American Psycho, because I want something that's kind of funny. Like dark funny. Let's see, what else do we got? I'm going through like the oh my gosh, Black Christmas. The original Black Christmas has got to be in there. What else? There's got to be something relatively new that I've been really pumped about. Super pumped about. Late Night with the Devil. I want something, another little something different. And I'm going to pick a foreign film that I really, really love. Oh, shit. I have to pick Evil Dead. I have to pick The Evil Dead. Sorry, When Evil Lurks, you were going to be in there, but I remembered that I forgot the Evil Dead. So there you go. There you are, Ghost. What's the first horror movie you watched when you were younger or as a kid growing up? So as a kid, I remember seeing, like, if Jaws counts, the reason why Jaws wasn't in my top 10, it is my favorite film of all time. I think it's so much more than a horror film, but I think it's totally fair to call it a horror film. So you know, you could say Jaws would be my first horror film. I don't really consider it that. It's got to be like either Halloween 2 or Child's Play was, like, you know, the first horror movie I remember seeing growing up. I remember seeing little bits of Poltergeist as a kid, like my family rented it and watched it. But as far as like me sitting down and watching it, I can't remember if it was Halloween 2 or Child's Play first. Somewhere around then. Let's see here. And Ghost wants to know if I'm psycho sometimes. I don't think so. And then OG Bloodline says, are they making another Final Destination movie? Yes. So that was greenlit super quick after Bloodlines came out. It was maybe a month after. And I think they're bringing back at least one of the writers that worked on Bloodlines. Bloodlines was a lot of fun, wasn't it? Like, it was super fun. I like those kinds of horror movies where you can kind of like turn your brain off. What I'm looking for from Final Destination as a franchise is something that's sort of tongue in cheek. Looking for some creative kills, you know, and something that's just kind of like a thrill ride that's going to end with a cliffhanger where either everyone's going to die or it looks like everyone's going to die. There's just a handful of things I need from that franchise, and it works for me. And I have a lot of fun with the franchise, even though I'd say like it's probably like a C+, B- franchise. I still find a way to have fun with it. So, you know, what can you do? What can you do? Okay, I got my chapstick on, so I don't have to worry about feeling like my lip is gonna split when I express myself here. Ghost in the Dark Hill says, have you been to Halloween Horror Nights? Been thinking about going. I've never been. I'm so bad at haunted houses, dude. I really suck at that kind of stuff. I don't like it. It scares me. I can watch movies and not be scared, but if I walk into a haunted house and people are like chasing after me, I don't like that. The screen provides so much protection. You could show me anything on a TV and I'd be like, I'm cool. But in person, I'd be like, no, I don't like it when the little person dressed as Chucky chases me. I don't like that. No, I don't think it's fun. I don't know. I guess I'm a total wuss. Let's see here. I'm going to make sure, guys, just so you know, you can ask me questions through the Q&A thing. It might make it a little bit easier to make sure I don't miss your question. But I'll try to get as many questions as I can. Also, you could put in capital letters question or Davey in capital letters and then ask your question. It'd be easier for me to find it rather than just looking for that question mark or something, if that makes any sense. Okay, let's see what we got here. The shoot him in the head running joke and its punchline, I think shows Kevin was in on the joke, and that's the meta of it. Yeah, I mean, I think he was like joking quite a bit here. I think a lot of people took the Stu stuff, like Stu coming back is dumb. Like, people took it personally. I don't think he was calling people dumb. I think he was just acknowledging, like, I think what a lot of people acknowledge, that it would be very far-fetched. Yeah, possible in Halloween, possible in Friday the 13th. Scream, you know. It would sort of change like the elasticity of the reality in Scream. I think Scream is supposed to take place in our world, and every movie takes liberties and everything like that. But I think if you actually brought Stu back, it would just be a bridge too far. I think so. Anyways, let's see here. Beej 666 is dropping a $4.99 super chat. Thank you so much. Says, I'm not the biggest fan of the series, but I put it over 6, 5, 3, and 2. Fourth is my favorite. Second is the fourth is my favorite. Okay, second is the first one. Okay, sweet. So I really love Scream 4 as well, Beej, and thank you so much for the $4.99. Appreciate you. Yeah, I put it over 6, 5, and 3. I might be right there with you on that first part. And then, yeah, I mean, I love the fourth one, but the OG is the OG. It's tough for me to push it out of the spot, if that makes any sense. If it had like the big glaring flaws, I could push it out of that, you know, like Friday the 13th, the OG, that's an easy one to push out of the first place ranking. You know, it's not as precious, it's not as holy as a lot of the first entries in these franchises. I mean, I think the original Nightmare on Elm Street is still the best one. I think that, you know, the original Halloween, obviously, like I would put that number one in that franchise. But yeah, I think, you know, that's, man, putting the fourth one as your first favorite. That is a hot take, and I like it. I love the fourth Scream movie. So much fun. Such a blast. Thank you for dropping the $4.99, Bish. Thank you. Oh, yeah. I think, and is that in the sequel? I think the old man is in the sequel, right? Does he show up in the first movie? I think he's mentioned in the first movie, and I think you see him in the sequel, but it's got a totally same kind of vibe, that second movie, you know, same family and everything. I think it's the same family. Yeah. Let's see what else we got going on here. Oh my gosh, you guys somebody would have to pay me to go into a haunted house on top of paying for my way to get there. If it was Halloween Horror Nights and I had to go out to LA, yeah, that would be hilarious. What's happening, Aaron? Welcome on in, man. Hope you are doing well. Jigsaw dropping a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Jiggy. Says happy technically Tuesday. It is technically Tuesday. Well, and it's almost Tuesday for people that are in Central. It's almost Tuesday for them. I'm in Mountain right now, so it's 10:45 out here. And thank you so much for the $5, Jiggy. You rock. Okay, Ernest Justice says, question, if you play video games, who are some protagonists that you would like to see transition to the big screen properly executed? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I play games. I play a lot of old games. I still play a lot of Nintendo, Sega Genesis, and Super Nintendo, I would say, are my most played consoles. Well, I don't literally have the consoles anymore, but I have the games on. I have a Raspberry Pi that's loaded up with thousands of games, but usually I'm playing like my Switch. So I've got like the Genesis collection on there and all that kind of fun stuff. Simon Belmont would be number one. I have wanted a Castlevania movie since I was like 6 or 7 years old. So, and I love the animated show on Netflix, the original series. And the second one, I really enjoyed the first season. I thought the second season was sort of like just kind of meandering. It wasn't bad, but I was just sort of like waiting for bigger stuff to happen. But a really, good show, especially like anime is sort of something I haven't dove into too much, but I really enjoy that show. So Simon Belmont right off the bat. I would love to see a Golden Axe video game, like a Sword and Sandals game with Golden Axe, with all three characters involved. I think that could be a really cool ensemble movie, and it could turn into a really fun franchise if they handled it right. I don't know. I think they're doing Mario, and I think they're doing Mario well. We got Zelda coming up, so Metroid would be fucking killer, dude. Metroid would be that can make an amazing movie. It could be shot regular, and then you could go in that first person view. You could have that Iron Man in Jarvis kind of view as well. You could have Samus could turn into the the ball, and you could have that view like they have in Metroid Prime, where you're like right behind the ball going around everywhere. Like, it could be really fucking awesome. And Metroid could be set up. You could set that up as a trilogy right from the start. You don't necessarily want Mother Brain right. Like, you want to tease Mother Brain at the end of that first movie. So that's what I got for you, Ernest. Thanks for the question, man. I'll try not to keep on talking forever with everyone. Okay, Aaron Click's got one. Davey, are we talking Scream 7 spoilers here? Are we limiting to none? You know what? At this point, I'm just like, we can talk about spoilers. Yeah, guys, if you haven't seen the movie yet, I guess just beware. The movie's been out a handful of days. And I guess if the whole, I don't know. What do you guys think? Should it be full spoiler talk? Why the hell not? Why the hell not? Because I probably already said too much anyways. I probably already took the lid off that. Pong game would be money. That would be hilarious. Pong, the game. Yeah, what about an Atari game? Like, bring back, like, do like an adventure game or something like that. Pitfall, the game, or the movie, I mean. Just rewatched Terrifier 3 last night. Still don't like the movie. Appreciate it. Yeah, I think Terrifier 3 might be my favorite out of the 3 movies, but I'm not necessarily like a Terrifier fan. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not like, woo. Have a good one, Ghost. Thanks for hanging out, man. Appreciate you. Okay, cool. So I am all caught up on the questions, unless I'm seeing more here. Ghost asks, what do you think about Psycho Killer? I have not seen Psycho Killer, How to Make a Killing, or This Is Not a Test. I didn't hear much good about Psycho Killer, so I just figure I can, I don't need to drive out to the theater and spend. It takes about just 20 to 25 minutes for me to drive out there. I have A-list, so it's not like money, but it's gas, and it's like an extra hour just to go out there, there and back. So sometimes, like, I would go see Psycho Killer if I were gonna go see Scream 7 again or something else with it. I'd be like, okay, fine, I'll check out Psycho Killer. I haven't heard very good things about it though. I don't know. I think Sienna's pretty rocking in Terrifier. Yeah, she's good, and she's the best. I mean, David Howard Thornton's performance is really good. Like, Art's a really charming character, if you can use that word for Art, but you know what I mean. And Lauren Levera, man, she is rock solid. I think she's got star potential outside of the Terrifier franchise. I don't think anybody else does. I think David Howard Thornton's always going to be remembered as Art the Clown. I don't think he's ever going to be remembered for anything else as far as roles go. And then, like, Lauren Levera, I could see her moving on and doing some really cool stuff and still participating in horror, which could be really cool. We got G dropping a $2 Canadian. Doesn't even have a question. Just wants to support the channel. Thank you so much, Sean. Really appreciate you, man. Princey dropping a Davey. What's your favorite kill from the first Scream film? All right, all caps. I know. It's because I'm free to talk Scream now. Just watched the first one. Just watched the first one last week for the very first time. Is that what happened? My favorite kill from the first Scream movie. Man, what is my favorite kill? I mean, Drew's is all right. Well, Steve gets gutted. That's pretty cool. I don't know. Part of me wants to say Principal Hembry or whatever. There's this shot where you see his eyeball and you see Ghostface in his eyeball, and it just really creeps me out. I'm trying to think. There's not really a marquee kill. Isn't that wild? Not really a marquee kill in the original Scream that I can think of. That's wild. Tatum's is pretty awesome. Tatum's is pretty cool. Yeah, let's go with Tatum. She's got the rockin' nips, and then the garage door. Pretty creative. I'll go with that one. You want me to do a reaction to the Scary Movie trailer? Okay, I will. You know what I was thinking about doing, Ty? Because, I do these frame-by-frame breakdowns of trailers, and I thought it would be cool. Like, I had the idea just between, oh my God, my hair is just so stupid. In between the members-only stream and this stream, I had the idea of doing a slow-mo breakdown of it and basically calling it, like all the Easter eggs. Because there's the shots of them in the subway. So I wanted to, I saw like the miner from My Bloody Valentine. There's just all sorts, obviously Hard Eyes and Megan and all that. They use Jason and all that. But it'd be cool to do like all the references or all the Easter eggs kind of thing and just spot everything that we can see. Some of those cuts might be pretty quick. Not much of a point in doing like a speculative breakdown of a parody film. You know what I mean? Because even a comedy film anyways. But it would be cool to spot all of the horror kind of references for sure. So I'm not going to do that live, but I would do that as a pre-recorded video. So if you guys want that, that's something I could probably do tonight. How about it? Yeah, Principal Fonzie. He's good in that movie. He is good for the little bit that we get him. He's good. And the death is not only is the death like really spooky with the reflection and everything in the eye, but it's very consequential. Like Principal Hembry's body being found on the goalposts or whatever of the football field that's the impetus for everyone leaving Stu's party and for the real finale to take place. Yeah. Tatum, Casey, Principal Hembry. Yep. Shorty Meeks is back. Oh yeah, they're all coming back, right? Oh yeah. Bring back Detective Davey Madden for Scary Movie. Oh, like the John Madden video game. Yeah, I'll do one where we spot all, because I've watched the trailer a few times, and every time I'm like, oh, it's moving too fast. I can't see all the little references, you know, but I definitely want to. Jared asks, outside of the Scream and A Nightmare on Elm Street films, what is your opinion on Wes Craven's best film? I love People Under the Stairs and Serpent in the Rainbow. You know what sucks? I've not seen People Under the Stairs yet. I know I got to see that one. There's a whole bunch of, there are a whole bunch of like late 80s, early 90s films from some of these big, you know, heavy hitting directors that I still haven't seen. Like I just watched John Carpenter's Prince of Darkness like a month ago or something like that for the very first time. And I love John Carpenter, but for whatever reason, I'd never seen the movie. So I still have some blind spots. Best Wes Craven movie that's not Scream or A Nightmare on Elm Street. I do really like Serpent in the Rainbow, Jared. That one's pretty solid. Trying to think what else. Like, what else have I really seen of his? Like, I've seen the original Last House on the Left. Yeah, I'll go Serpent in the Rainbow. Just out of the ones I've seen, which isn't a big sample size, but wish me luck, buddy. I'm ready for my first horror franchise. Well, you've not ever gotten into a horror franchise before, Prince? Aaron says, Davey, I have a theory that the ghost face that killed the couple and burned the Mocker house down in 7 is Stu's sister. It would explain the disconnect between the opening and the rest of the movie. Yeah, I always figured it was Carl, right? The escaped mental patient, because I think he had been escaped for a couple weeks. So enough time for him to, driving from California to Indiana after, we don't really know how long it's been. I guess really it is just kind of the next day. So that is pretty wild. Yeah, there's a little bit of a discussion to be had there for sure, Aaron. I always figured it was Carl because he's, I guess he could take a flight. Could Crazy Carl take a flight? He could take a flight. Come on. Especially if Jessica drove him to the friggin' airport. Like they're buddies from their time in Fountain Hills or whatever the hell it's called. Fountain Hills is a place in the Phoenix area. But it's something like that. Rolling Hills. No, I'm just joking. Yeah, I think it's Carl. God, I hope Stu's sister is not ever brought into the franchise in any meaningful way. I am so over the familial connections. I think they're so corny at this point. Like it's not to say that Scream was never soap opera-y, but it's like really leaning into soap opera bullshit that I'm just sort of like, I don't want Scream to be Dallas. Not at all. So yeah, I know they kind of reference Stu's sister in 5 because Kyle Gallner plays Vince or whatever, and I think Vince is supposed to be Stu's nephew or something like that. But I hope she's never a character in a meaningful way. My attitude, Aaron, is starting to turn to where I'm starting to feel like kind of negative about the Stu stuff because because people won't let it go. And it seems like they just won't let it go just cause. Like there's not like a real good reason to not let go after watching Scream 7. They just don't wanna. I'm not saying that you're doing that, because I think Leslie is a different thing. If they do Stu's sister, that's different than bringing someone back from the dead. I'm just saying on the Leslie stuff, I'm just sort of like, I would be okay with it not being her. However, the way you present it here, and there is a question there with Carl. We'll just say he took a flight. He didn't drive. So, I mean, it's possible. It's possible. I could totally see them doing that. Just because it's something I don't want to see, I could totally see them doing that. Why would they leave her out of the story when they kind of brought her in 5? If they had never mentioned her in 5, I'd be like, no way. It could happen. It could happen. And I do think there's the possibility of there being a 4th ghost face because somebody opened up the gate for Jessica before her reveal. Somebody opened up that gate because she didn't. So there you go. Let's see what we got here. It's true. Like, well, we assume she would live there still, right? She might not, but we assume she does. Yeah. I guess, yeah, I just don't want the familial connection anymore. If they do a familial connection, I want there to be like a couple movies without any of that stuff. To me, it is it's part of the formula that I'm over. And the formula is really formulaic at this point. Like, and so I'm ready. Like, it was like I exhaled in relief that our ghost faces were random in Scream 7. Like, it was one of my favorite parts of the movie, honestly. The thing that people are just copy pasting saying that they didn't like about this movie, and I'm sitting there thinking, gosh, that's one of my favorite parts. I like that it's like, how many killers have a well-planned motive? Like, not a lot. So I don't mind if in a, like, it's kind of cool the way that they were creative with it, you know, so far, and everyone had this really creative motive, and in this one, they, you know, they still have a motive. It just isn't tied to, there's no familial connection kind of thing, I guess. Oh yeah, Shocker is really fun, Slasher Fred. Thank you so much for bringing that one up. That's a really fun movie. Now, I've never seen Red Eye. Is Red Eye worth it? I know that's like a late era one. I remember when it came out and everything. Yeah, I certainly have them. Like, I didn't even see E.T. until 2024. It's been like 2 years. It was 2 years ago was the first time I saw E.T. It's crazy. Jared asks, are we ever going to get an explanation on where the heck Patrick Dempsey is? At some point he was returning, but didn't personally think Mark was supposed to be him. You know, I don't know. I don't know if he's ever going to come back. It is funny that she's been with two police officers named Mark. Oh, and by the way, guys, I just want to let you know, I told the members about this earlier. I was craving a beer yesterday, and I'm not drinking anymore, but I did get this non-alcoholic Stella because I just wanted the flavor, man. It's, you know, it's very refreshing. Yeah, I mean, I thought Joel McHale did great. Nothing against Patrick Dempsey. I like him. I don't think they need to bring him back, though, at this point. They've moved on from that. Patrick, just clear your schedule up for Thanksgiving, too. That's what I care about when it comes to Patrick Dempsey. Christine says Henry Winkler is great in everything he does. My sister met him in a con. She was waiting in line and he waved her. She didn't wave back, and when she got to the table, he said, "You didn't see me wave?" Oh, I love that he's giving her shit. Oh, it's so good. That's so good. A Ghostface spanning 2 movies would be great. That's why I wanted a cliffhanger, Saigon. I thought they should have done a cliffhanger, you know, in 7. You know, we find out who 1 or 2 of the ghost faces are, but then at the end of the movie, we get a tease that there was another one operating the whole time. That would have been really fun. I like that. Let's see here. Oh, that's so interesting. So, okay, so you're just starting. Well, you've been hanging out for so long, Prince. I guess I just figured that you had, you know, gotten into horror before, but I suppose you just liked hanging out. Hell yeah, man. Well, I hope you enjoy your dive into horror, and I'm sure I don't have to tell you this, but the people in the chat, if you ever need any recommendations, or I'd be more than happy to help. Once you find out kind of what you like, people could kind of, you know, maybe recommend some stuff from there. Which one is the weakest point in the franchise, though? 3? I'm taking notes. I would say 6. I'd say 6 is the worst in the franchise. 5 and 6, they're both at the bottom for me. They're like a side quest thing. They're sort of removed from the main rest of the storyline. There is connective tissue there, but in a big way, they feel kind of like fan films to me, I'd say. He was, yeah. I remember Can't Buy Me Love was like the big one I remember him in. Yeah. He was totally wasted in Scream 5. It's absurd how badly he's used. He is set up as such an awesome red herring, and I think they kill him like 10 minutes after they introduce him. Maybe not even that long. It's fucking embarrassing. It is embarrassing. Yeah, he's so good. Oh my God. Thanksgiving 2, I need it so bad. Sucks that we have to wait. We're going to have to wait another year. I'm getting worried that Eli Roth isn't going to direct it, but I hope he, I hope he does that. Yeah, I really love the original Thanksgiving. And it's set up perfectly for a return killer, burned up Patrick Dempsey, set up perfectly. Yeah, no, you're right. It is. Yeah. If I had to put my money on something that was likely, I would put my money on something like that. Yeah, as far as bringing her in at some point. Yeah, for sure. Let's see what else we got. Have you seen Coupe de Ville with Dempsey? So underrated. No, I've never even heard of that one. That is correct. The Coupe de Villes are fun. Yeah. One of their songs gets covered in Halloween Kills in the bar scene. There's during the talent show that those girls are covering a Coupe de Ville song. And then I think the Coupe de Villes did some music for, they did like theme songs for one of John Carpenter's movies. I think they did one for at least one of them. Yeah, I remember that. Rachel McAdams and Cillian Murphy, right? Yeah. No, Gaz. No, yeah, it's the non-alcoholic. I know. I realized I took a sip and I was like, oh, shoot, I should probably tell everyone. We got Carrie Craves Cinema. You've just missed me answering some questions. No big deal. Okay, sweet. I'm seeing some more questions pop up here. Christine, thank you so much for bringing that up again about the bride. I totally missed that. I just need to wet my whistle. Don't worry. It is non-alcoholic beer. I just wanted to taste a beer, guys. That's all. And I can't tell the difference. Okay. What about the bride? So, the bride, I am like, I don't know how I find the marketing kind of obnoxious because the marketing is full of like the bride like saying these like one-liner like take down the man kind of like cheesy. I don't think women being empowered is cheesy, but sometimes I find the way people do messaging in movies to be kind of cheesy. So it's sort of like she has all these retorts, and every time she has a retort, they like, and this is the way the trailer's cut. I don't know if this is the way the movie's cut, but this is how they're marketing it. She has this like quippy retort that's like, damn the man. And then they show Christian Bale and he's like, oh, she's like the most interesting, hottest, like most beautiful creature ever. And it just seems like a little ham-fisted from what we're getting in the trailer. But when I think of it under the lens of, Christian Bale is a fantastic actor. I don't know. I haven't seen the woman that plays the bride. I don't think I've seen her in anything. Jessie Buckley or something like that. Nothing wrong with her performance or anything like that. I think the look is really cool. I like that they're putting it in like 20s, New York or whatever, 20s, 30s. And it has a Bonnie and Clyde feel, kind of like Joker kind of feel too. So I think it could be really interesting. I worry that the people are going to throw the W word around with it. Like, I worry that it's just going to play a little bit too far into that kind of crowd. Yeah, girl boss kind of stuff or whatever people say. I have that concern. But it does look very interesting, and I am going to see it. Absolutely. So I'm be totally open-minded when I see it and judge it on what it is as a film. The marketing could be wrong, and usually the marketing in one way or another can be a little misleading. So, we'll see. Prince asks, which is one of the weakest? I would say 5 and 6. I would say the best ones are like the Wes Craven directed ones. My top 3 Prince are 1, 4, and 2 are my top 3. So I'll say that. Okay. Carrie asks, hey, I've got a question. Does Barry Manilow know you raid his wardrobe? Yeah. Oh, Davey, well, you came and you took my jacket, and then you ran away. Oh, Davey. Yeah, all that kind of stuff. I remember all my life raining down as cold as ice, shadows of a man. I'm gonna get copyrighted now if I keep on going. There we go. Okay, so no, Barry Manilow doesn't know. Actually, I don't think I could fit into his stuff. He's a tiny guy, right? I'm 6 feet tall. I'm not like a massive dude, but I'm 6 feet tall. I get the idea that Barry Manilow is maybe 5'6". I don't know. I could be wrong, but I get the idea. Let's see here. What else we got? Just looking for some questions and all that stuff, guys. So it's a little bit of a different stream. I'm not purposely ignoring anyone or anything. I'm just looking out for the questions and all that kind of stuff. There we go. Ernest says, what are your favorite ways to experience media? Okay. I love the Dolby Cinema when it comes to movies. If I'm going to watch a movie in the theater, I think the Dolby Cinema is the best way to do it that I've experienced so far. So I'll say that for movies as far as the theater experience. As far as like at home movie watching or TV watching, of course, big old TV, like give me, 70-incher or whatever you got back there. Some surround sound, even if you can't literally have it like perfectly surround. Like my surround sound, I have a 5.1. I don't literally have the speakers all around the room, but it does the job for what it's worth. For music, I like vinyl. Vinyl is my favorite way to listen to music. I have like 400 or 500 records or something like that. I have a pretty big record collection, at least like pretty big considering I didn't start collecting until really start collecting until like 2016, something like that. So yeah, those are my two favorite ways to experience media. I'm trying to think of other like kind of media. You go to a play, you go to a play. Video games, big TV or handheld. There you go. There you go. Let's see what else you guys got going. Okay, yeah, I just haven't seen her. I am so out of touch. Like I didn't see Isabel May or McKenna Grace in anything, that I could remember before I saw Scream 7, stuff like that. So let's see here. What do we got? What do we got? Really now? Well, it is tougher to be flamboyant, I guess, when you're not as... I think when you're daintier, it's a little easier. And, Barry Manilow is a very delicate-looking man. So I think being flamboyant is... Yeah, there you go. Let's see what else we got going. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, Deep Blue Sea is really fun, man. Yeah, I think it's the third best shark movie. I would say Jaws, Jaws 2, and then Deep Blue Sea. Shark Side of the Moon is so fucking terrible but entertaining. Like it is so bad it's good. It is worth watching. It is that entertainingly bad, and they're not taking it seriously or anything like that. What's the other one? Sky Sharks went on a little bit too long for me, but I thought Sky Sharks was pretty fucking wild too. Yeah, Davey Manilow for sure. I really only know... Oh wait, he does Copacabana. Okay, so I know, like, I'm familiar with the chorus on that song. I know Mandy because Me First and the Gimme Gimmes covered it. And I love Me First and the Gimme Gimmes because it's a whole bunch of guys from, a bunch of pop punk bands that I love. So that's actually how I learned. I could sing the whole song of Mandy, and I don't know that I've ever listened to the Barry Manilow version. Maybe I've seen or heard it, but I don't know that I have. Oh, really? Okay. Oh, wow. All right. Well, maybe we could. I'm probably too fat to fit his blazer. But all right. Fuck yeah, Barry. Well, there you go. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to, I didn't mean to call you short, Barry Manilow. Carrie's dropping her Breakfast Club quotes. I might have missed one here. Maybe I missed one. Breakfast Club is fun. Yeah. Good old John Hughes. Oh, that's a question from Breakfast. I've only, gosh, how many times have I seen Breakfast Club? Maybe 3 times. It's been a long time. I should give that one a rewatch. I highly doubt it, Christine, unfortunately. What's happening, Jeff? How are you doing? We got Jeff Overing, one of our great channel members, jumping on in. I forgot to say, Carrie is one of our great family members and channel members. Carrie, thank you so much for becoming a channel member recently here. Let's see here. What do we got? Have I watched The Girl in the Photographs, executive produced by Wes Craven and written by Oz Perkins? No. Huh. Took 2 viewings to click with me, but I think it's an underrated hidden gem. The Girl in the Photographs. Written by Oz, produced by Wes. Okay. I'm going to look this up just while I have a window pulled up. The Girl in the Photographs. There we go. Okay. Cal Penn's in there. So, Catherine Isabel. Okay. I'll have to check this one out. Wow, 17% on Rotten Tomatoes. They're not into that one, huh? Holy crap. Holy crap. All right, let's see what else we got going. Co-written. All right. All right, what other questions do we got here? Okay, here we go. It's okay if it's not horror, Aaron. Have I seen Nobody 2? I just watched it. It was just okay, so. A little too hokey for me. I haven't seen either one of the Nobody movies. I love Bob Odenkirk. I don't have a reason why I haven't seen him. I just, when I'm going to sit down and watch like a movie I've never seen before, because that's like my focus this year. I'm trying to see 365 movies I've never seen before this year. I never think outside of horror. It's, you know, I'm kind of like myopic on the horror stuff because I know there's so many classics that I haven't seen yet that I would, you know, I need to watch things like The Gate and shit like that so I can talk about when they come up in chats here. What was the one earlier? Oh yeah, People Under the Stairs. I need to see that one, you know? So yeah, it just doesn't ever occur to me. I mean, I have watched movies that are non-horror. Like I watched Sisu because I missed the first Sisu and I wanted to catch up on the second one. So I watched that, you know, very bloody, but not a horror. Super fun. So I should check out the Nobody movies, but I have not. In the opening of The Breakfast Club, there's a graffiti on the wall at high school that says, "I hate Mondays," which was a reference to the hit song, but also to the infamous Grade School Massacre. Whoa, Grade School Massacre. I did not know about that. I just figured "I hate Mondays" was something that like people would say, right? Barry Manilow thing was yeah. I picked up on that like 15 minutes after, I think. I mean, that's always been a thing though, Arturo, unfortunately. You know, the people in the mainstream and the people in the establishment and the people that have kind of steered the ship collectively as far as cultures go all over the world are some pretty basic bitches. And, you know, most of the time, the art that is the most popular is not of the highest quality and degree. It is just the most popular. And I don't know. Maybe it seems like it's more saturated that way nowadays, but I think we're just like so connected that I think we're just more aware of everything so much more now than we used to be. But I don't know. I think there's been some pretty damn hollow times for a while. You know, trying to think of. I mean, I've lived through like terrible music and terrible movies, and I haven't even been alive for 45 years. So, you know, all through my life, that's been an issue. But I hear you. You know, that's why we got to celebrate the things that break the mold and do something different and make us feel something again. You know, that's why I've been so rah about movies like, you know, I'll just talk about some recent movies that are coming to mind when I see something like this. Something like When Evil Lurks or Late Night with the Devil or Long Legs. You know, even a movie like Weapons, even though I walked away from Weapons like not liking it as much as I thought I would, it is different and it takes chances and it's an independent, or, you know, an original IP. Sinners was an original IP. Yeah, it takes a lot of inspiration from Dusk Till Dawn, but it's not like an exact carbon copy. I mean, I think there's plenty of originality out there, and I think what we need to do is, instead of saying that there isn't, we need to seek the original stuff more. We as audience members need to be more proactive. We need to be willing to meet creators part way, not necessarily halfway, but part way. We have to show some fucking passion too. And we have to not give money to things that are bullshit and give money to things that we believe in and things that the media that we love. So, you know, it's never going to be, the scales are never going to fully tip, you know, back to like the people and the people's art and all that stuff. But that doesn't mean that ever has to go away, you know? So I actually don't mind being in the minority when it comes to my opinions on things like music and movie. Like when it comes to art, I don't mind being in the minority on that opinion because, for one, I'm not an outright jerk to the people that do like the popular stuff. It's just not for me. And then number two, it just feels more special. Like I would rather be able to have the nerdiest conversation about Halloween 5 with a total stranger or a close buddy than to talk about you know, a pop film on the most surface level. Oh, dude, that was kick-ass when the car did the thing. It was like, man. Like, you know, I would just rather, do the first thing. There we go. Living in hollow times. Now I'm just making up songs. We got Chris Schober in the house. What's happening, Chris? Says, so what's your thoughts? Do you think we'll get a Scream 8 after Scream 7, or do you think this is the final movie? Oh, no way this could be the final movie, because they just made like $100 million worldwide in the first weekend. So I think we're going to get Scream 8 officially greenlit, in the next couple weeks. And just when I say officially, I just mean that it would actually come out from like, you know, Paramount and Spyglass will put out a press release through Variety or whatever it is, you know. And then we'll see it on Bloody Disgusting and all that stuff. You know, I have heard that they have quietly been in pre-production and that they're already working on it. And I don't think that that's not true. I try to be careful with my language, because I hear a lot of people are like, oh yeah, it's already been greenlit. And it's like, well, yeah, I mean, maybe they're working on it in the background, but it has not officially been greenlit. And again, I'll just say it again, words matter and the definition matters. So let's just be cool about that. No, never seen it before. I remember it coming out when I was a kid. And then, yeah, I just never got around to it. Maybe I should fast track that on my list. How about it? Yeah, I've heard the first one's really damn good. I mean, yeah, it's gonna water it down in the sequel. I can see that happening. You know, like a movie with that kind of premise. You know, what's the, like, Average Joe John Wick, Average Joe Wick or something kind of vibe. Just watched 1 Mile Chapter 1 and 1 Mile Chapter 2 with Ryan Felipe and C. Thomas Howell. Love the first chapter. Saying, I've not heard of this one. Is it a TV series? Or like a mini series? Boomtown Rats, I Don't Like Mondays. All right, there we go. Sisu's fantastic, very over the top. Oh yeah, I gotta see the sequel, because yeah, I really dug the first one. Love that kind of movie for sure. Okay, what else do we got? What other questions? I think we're all on that fucker. Definitely times in my life where I'm like, are you, dude? Love Finnish films because my favorite band is from Finland and they make beautiful things. I don't know if I've ever heard a Finnish band. You know, when I grew up, a great skate punk band from Sweden called Millencolin that I got really into. And No Fun at All. I think No Fun at All is from Sweden as well. Although, are they Finnish? There's some good punk rock, good melodic punk rock from that area of the world. I mean, really from all over the world. But, you know, I know about those two bands anyways. Alrighty. Prince says, will Zach Kreger have the guts to put Leon Kennedy in his RE movie? I fucking hope so. I don't know, dude. I'm worried about that one. I know that he says he's not going to, like, obviously, it sounds like it's going to be sort of an original thing. But it also sounds like he's going to work in, you know, he says like he's not going to completely follow the lore. So it sounds like he's going to bring in elements. I don't know. Like, do I want Leon Kennedy in some random ass Resident Evil movie? Because I feel like we've already seen that a couple times. I just want Resident Evil 4 as a movie. It's one of the greatest games of all time. And I know it's called Resident Evil 4. You could just call it something else. You know, rescuing the president's daughter from an evil alien cult. That's fucking killer. Like, it writes itself. In fact, it is already written, guys. That's why I don't understand why they do these Resident Evil movies and make up their own stories. So you're just going to waste money on writing, you know, you could, obviously you're going to have to hire somebody to write a script anyways, even if you use the same thing from the movie. Somebody still has to technically have that job, but it could be a lot quicker. Like, you could really get things humming a lot quicker. So I have not seen Bloody Hell. No. Bloody Hell. Bloody Hell. There you go. How about that? If you don't like Donnie Darko, it doesn't click with you. Watch whichever version you didn't watch. I liked it at first, then didn't like it on like my third or fourth watch. Very, very weird. Very weird. Oh yeah, she's in Sucker Punch too. What's the name of the chick from A Series of Misfortunate Events that was in that too? Emily something? Emily Browning. She was so cute, such a different kind of look. I can't remember if she was actually a good actress though. Maybe that's why we haven't seen her too much. I don't know. Well, Sucker Punch, that was like, I think the first movie I remember seeing Oscar Isaac in. It's like an anime meets a PlayStation 2 game or something. PlayStation 3 game. Ernest asks, who are some actors, actresses that aren't necessarily in a bigger spotlight that you immediately go to, they're in this? Hell yeah, because you enjoy watching them. Okay, cool. Walton Goggins. I'll watch that guy in anything. Cracks me up. Love him in Hateful Eight. So he's one of them. What's her face? Oh my gosh. Well, I'll say this one. Kyle Gallner. He's another one. I really dig his stuff. Could watch him in anything again. Julia Garner. Like she's kind of like my it girl as far as like I think she's the most talented actress working right now. That's like in that age group, kind of, you know, in her group. Wolfman's like a pretty kind of movie. Like just doesn't really move the needle very much. I don't hate it. I don't love it, but she is so good in that movie. And she's better than the movie is, you know? And then I thought she was excellent in Fantastic Four. Really love the performance there from her as well. So I'm kind of like whatever she's in, like I'm fucking game. David Dasmalchian, really love him. Micah Monroe, I'm gonna go with her too. Yeah. Lately, like Zazie Beetz, I really like her. Looking forward to They Will Kill You, because I really liked her in Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. And I really liked her, what she was in Deadpool 2, right? And was she in Joker? Is she in the original Joker? I think so. So yeah, I really like her quite a bit. Who's the chick that is in, she's in Psycho Killer. She was in Cold Storage. She's been in like Black Mirror. Georgina, I'm sorry guys, I'm trying my best to remember all these people's names. Georgina something. It's not Georgina King, or is it? I don't know. Yeah, there you go. I named a whole bunch. Melissa Barrera, I really like her too. I still need to see that monster movie she was in or whatever, but I dig her as well. Okay, let me catch up here. What is her name? Georgina, what is it? What is it, man? Oh, Nightwish is fucking great, Carrie. Yeah, Nightwish rocks, man. Like, that is like, whenever I hear Nightwish's music, I'm like, ooh, Castlevania. It just reminds me of fucking Castlevania music. Like, all the way back to the original NES, but of course, like, when they started doing the CD sound, like Rondo of Blood and Symphony of the Night, like, I just get all those vibes from the way that Nightwish makes their music. Yeah, really, really good stuff. Great singer. Yeah, very like classically influenced. I love that symphonic metal band. Yeah, they are, and still got a really awesome technical prowess. Yeah, that's what I don't know if you were here, Carrie, but earlier I was asked which video game characters I would like to see turned into movies. I want a Simon Belmont movie. I would love a Simon's Quest movie, like a movie where Simon has to gather the parts of Dracula and throw them in a cauldron and bring him back to life so he can kill him properly and for, once and for all, give his family and the Transylvania area some fucking peace. And then Nightwish is the soundtrack. It would be amazing. It would be amazing. Yeah. Oh yeah, the Fat Wreck stuff. Yeah, there's fat music for fat people, physical fatness. The second one was survival of the fattest, life in the fat lane. Oh yeah, love those. Oh, those were such good compilations. Those compilations, and then Millencolin, I think that was on Epitaph, so it was like the Punkoramas for Millencolin. Nitro Records had the Go Ahead Punk compilation, which was really good too. Yeah, there's some good shit back then. Emily Brown. Yeah, okay, cool. So I got her. I figured her name out. But what about Georgina whatever? What is her? Is it King? Georgina? Who is it? Georgina? Oh, Your Monster. Okay, Your Monster's fantastic. Okay, I got to check it out. Yeah. Princey's got one more question. Last question. I'll hop off for the afternoon. What's a movie you don't like that I might love? Oh, my gosh. Well, Prince... I mean, you seem to like a lot of the stuff that's like the, like movie I don't like that you might love. I'm trying to think of, because I feel like you like a little bit more of like the mainstream kind of vibe, right? But I just haven't seen a lot of those movies. And the ones that I've seen, fortunately for me, I haven't hated. So I'm trying to think of like a big time movie, because the ones that I have caught recently, like F1 and stuff, like I thought F1 was great, you know, like, gosh, dude, I don't know, man. I know I'm such a hater, or it's, you know, that something I don't like. Gosh, I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe Donnie Darko, because I'm not a fan anymore. Maybe Donnie Darko. Georgina Campbell, thank you. I knew there was a cuss sound there in her last name. Thank you, Ben. Ben Grimm, one of our great channel members. Appreciate you. You know, I need to see Ozark too. I need to see that. I haven't seen it yet. I've seen clips of her in it, of course. And for Jason Bateman's great also. I liked his turn as the villain in that Carry On movie. You know, the movie was fine, but it was cool seeing him be that way. And I've heard he's like super dark and fucked up in Ozark as well. So that's one of those shows I got to catch up on. Dang, seen Nightwish twice. That is amazing. Wow. You got to meet the keyboardist, Thomas. I'm just going to call him Thomas. Killing Jokes, Love Like Blood just came on Spotify, and I'm rocking out any Killing Joke. I need to get into those guys, because I've probably heard a couple songs, but I've never gone through that phase. You know what I mean? I need to get into that. Aaron, if you can, dude, just to remind me, could you send me a link to that song somehow? I think we're friends on Facebook. And if you don't have Messenger, I don't know, send me something. Find a way. Life finds a way. Have I seen Nightwish's movie Imaginarium? No, I have not. I did not know that they had a movie. I did not know that. Sean asks, do you have any slashers that you feel are underrated? Yeah, there's always those, right? I'm trying to think. One that I talk about a lot, Sean, is I Love the Prowler from 1981. It's got pacing issues, admittedly. There are times where it feels a little bit slow and all that. It's not, you know, Joseph Zito got better, like when he did the final chapter. The final chapter, I think, is, you know, a better paced slasher and all that stuff, and just a better made slasher. Plus, it's got Jason. But I love the Prowler. Really great effects by Tom Savini. I love the look of the slasher. You know, the mystery it's okay. I think the thing about the Prowler is I think they could remake it. When we talk about like, let's remake the movies that are like that we love, but you know, we know that they didn't really have their day, or we know they could have been better. You know, like we love these movies, but we know that it's not like remaking Halloween or Friday the 13th or a Nightmare on Elm Street, you know, like something that's a little more can kind of wrap your head around, you know. And I think the Prowler is one of those. It's like, it would be so cool to see a modern remake of that. I think the original My Bloody Valentine is underrated too. I really dig that movie, and I don't think the remake is very good at all. I do see a lot of love for it, and I don't hate it, but I just don't think it's very good. It doesn't, like, I would so much rather watch the original 2 times than watch the original and then watch the remake. So I think they're remaking that one, or at least last time I heard they were doing a remake. I don't know if it was, I think it might be Blum that's got it. But yeah, the Prowler stands out. Trying to think if there are any others that I really love that never really popped off. Gosh, it's like I know there's something I'm forgetting. Slumber Party Massacre. I know people are aware of it and everything. I do think it's really good. You know, for what it is, early 80s, written by women. I think maybe even a woman directed it. So that's pretty cool. Like, you know, back then it wasn't, you know, kind of, but we still get plenty of tits and ass and all that stuff. So you can't even make the argument that it's, you know, that the horror, you know, subgenre or the horror genre or whatever is just takes advantage, because here we have an instance where the ladies wrote it and the ladies put the naked ladies in it. So, but that's not why I like the movie. The driller killer freaks the fuck out of me. Some of the stuff he says, we have a lot of silent killers in movies, dude. He says some really creepy shit that feels like creepy shit that, you know, like a real killer might say. So, and the movie's like pretty fun loving and everything. It's got plenty of like reckless abandon and kids acting naughty, like the girl that's reading, like looking at the Playgirl magazine or whatever the heck it is, like it is. I just love it. It's so perfectly early 80s. I was just a baby then, but it's like, it's a little, I could get to go back and be like, oh man, what a free time, that hangover, the 70s, you know, spillover into the 80s. Good stuff. I like the Prom remake, and no one's, ooh, Prom Night. Is that what you're talking about? I've never seen the Prom Night remake. I've heard it's so bad, but I've never seen it. Yeah, there you go, Prince. Then it's Donnie Darko. I can't stand the Gary Jules version of Mad World. I can't stand that shit. That movie has so many plot holes, and it's got some good performances. Patrick Swayze's awesome. I just think it's kind of hokey. There you go. There you go. It's a little hokey. Yeah, I really love The Prowler. God, there's got to be another one. There's got to be another one other than that and Slumber Party Massacre. I can't place it. Yeah, it's a good revenge, whodunit revenge slasher from 1981. Same year as My Bloody Valentine, and they're similar movies. It's very, My Bloody Valentine is a Valentine's Day movie. The Prowler is not, but they're both centered around these killers, these whodunit killers that come back out of nowhere. And they the town. It has been afraid to celebrate a certain event for years since the first killings. And then the town decides to celebrate the event, and the killer comes out of the woodwork and is like, you better not. Both of those movies have that in them. But it's so funny. They just came out the same year. So there's no copycat shit. It just so happened to be that way. But The Prowler is good fun. Yeah, if you like Tom Savini effects and trying to remember if there are like any stars. I don't really remember any stars in there, but yeah. It's Joseph Zito. So, he did the final chapter, if you like that. I think so. Maybe more than once, but recently. Yeah, 2020 or something. I think there was like a COVID direct to streaming version of it. Yeah, the first Slumber Party Massacre. The second one is fun just because it's so stupid. But I prefer the first one. Yeah. And that's totally fair too. It is, those early 80s slashers, they're still kind of figuring it out. I love the chemistry with the cast in the original. It's a bit of a clumsy movie. Yeah, I'm not saying it's a 4-star movie or anything. And sometimes, even though it's like I can still really enjoy it, even though I know it's not the greatest. I would never put it up there with Black Christmas or, the other classics of the 70s and 80s. But I still think it's like the best Valentine slasher we've gotten. Well, maybe Hard Eyes. They're right there. I think Hard Eyes is pretty cool. I like Hard Eyes for what it is. It knows what it is, and I had a lot of fun with it. So how about that one? Oh my God, that 2019 Black Christmas is a friggin' joke. Well, I wish it were a joke. Unfortunately, I don't know. It is rough. It is about as condescending a movie I think could ever be made. Unfortunately. Why did they call it Black Christmas? They should have called it, here, I'll put it in the chat. They should have called it this. There we go. Right? No, I'm not going to put that. I was going to say Sleigh Girls, but you spell sleigh like a Christmas sleigh. Or Sleigh Bells, and you spell bell like a lady. I don't know. Anyways. What's the best song specifically for a horror movie? I'm a fan of Killer Clowns by the Dickies. That's a really good one. The Dickies are a very fun band. Classic, little nerdy, angular pop punk band, huh? Best song specifically made for a horror movie. See, I'm thinking, and it's just good dead air, isn't it? Why did you have to say horror? Why did you have to say horror, Ben? Because I was going to say Goonies are good enough. From the Goonies. Dang, dude. I am struggling to think of one here. Because you picked a really good one. And then I'm just like, what other movies really have like songs made for them specifically that are horror? I don't know. You got me. You got me, Ben. I got nothing. You got me. I got nothing. Let's see what else. Sleepaway Camp. Yeah, that is. I'm glad they're remaking that one. That'll be really interesting to see how they remake Sleepaway Camp. You know, I haven't seen either one, G. I need to watch both of the Town That Dreaded Sundowns. Yeah, I've never seen either one, and I know those are, you know, based on, you know, true events, an unsolved murder spree. So I got to check those out. Let's see what we got. Have a great one, Prince. Thanks for hanging out with us, man. Let me make sure I'm not missing any other questions. I don't think so. I think we have closed the door on Stu. Stu literally returning. We've closed the door on it. It would be even cringier to bring him. If they bring him back in 8, it would be cringier than it would have if they just had him in 7. Yeah, it is pretty quintessential. Yeah, it's really, really good. It's very well done. Super fun movie. Yeah. Yeah, right? Isn't that... I mean, don't call it Black Christmas is my whole point. If it's not a slasher movie about an escaped mental patient randomly targeting sorority girls and saying the most fucked up shit on the phone and then trying to take them out one by one, I don't think you should call it Black Christmas. You know, I don't think it's enough that it just has the sorority angle. Yeah, that movie's fucking embarrassing. Yeah, isn't that funny? Sleigh bells. What if they rebranded it that way and tried to put it out, and then the whole narrative gets flipped? What if they changed the name to Sleigh Bells, and then people were like, you know, this movie is actually kind of saying something, bro. Just because you're not thinking of it as a Black Christmas movie. I think the best thing that Black Christmas 2019 did was the card. The fucking title card is great. It's got that classic Christmassy look, like the Christmas Story font and everything. Such a great font. I love the font from the original, and it's different from the original, but like same vibe. And oddly enough, I love Black Christmas 06. I have so much fun with that movie. It is just a total riot. That title card completely sucks. It's just like the scratchy lettering that just says Black Christmas. It's like black lettering with a red background. And I'm like, oh, that's like the thing you put the lowest amount of effort in. Like everything else in the movie is pretty high effort, like blood explosions all over and fucking crazy shit. Yeah, Black Christmas 06 is really fun. It's got like my brand new favorite, or ever since I saw it for the first time, which was again just a couple years ago, I think end of 2023. I fell in love with that Everybody's Waiting for the Man with the Bag song about Santa. Love that song. Yeah, love it. Oh, Fright Night by Jay Giles. All right. I am having such a tough time like thinking of one. You know, I guess you could do something from like Party Time from like Return of the Living Dead. I think the Killer Clown song is better. Yeah, I would say the Killer Clowns. So if I can't top Ben, I'm not just going to say something. Dream Warriors, that's fun. Yeah, okay. All right. How about this, Ben? The Man Behind the Mask by Alice Cooper for Jason Lives, my favorite entry in the Friday the 13th franchise. How about that? I just made Christian Hanahara proud. Slept So Long by Orgy from Queen of the Damned. I have not seen Queen of the Damned. Is it pretty good? I mean, because it's all part of that Anne Rice thing, right? So it's mixed in with the lore from like Interview with the Vampire and all that. I've never seen it. That's Aaliyah, right? Aaliyah, and then Stuart Townsend, I think, is in that one, played Lestat. So it's funny, like there are movies I've never seen and I can still talk about. It's got this guy and that guy. I think it was directed by this person. Nope, never seen it. That's the kind of nerd I am. It's stupid. It really is stupid, people. I should have done something useful with my life. I really should have. But here we are, and we're hanging out. We're having a good time. So let's just make the best of it. A Burning remake could be great. Yeah. Because I'm. Is this a Davey Deathray hot take? Incoming Davey Deathray hot take. I think The Burning is just like, okay, cool. Like got that raft scene. it was like totally lost on me. I bought it blind. I watched it thinking it was going to be really good. And I was just sort of like, man, I can smell the Harvey Weinstein on this movie because he wrote the story. Like he wrote the story. And you can tell because every guy in the movie is like busting into the girls' showers or trying to force their girlfriend into having sex before they're ready, and just all sorts of like stuff where you're like, yeah, that tracks once you know something about Harvey Weinstein. And not to say that like that doesn't, that's not reason enough to I'm not just saying, oh, the movie's bad because it has those elements. I felt like those elements were very heavy-handed and more heavy-handed than I've noticed in a lot of like slashers in that in the genre. And I just thought it was just kind of messy and clumsy, and like it's cool that it exists, and I understand why it's iconic and everything, but even comparing it to the early Friday the 13th and Halloween and all that, it's just like it just seems a cut or two below, kind of right there with the original Sleepaway Camp. But I think Sleepaway Camp is ballsier. Didn't even mean that, but it works out. Okay, pun not intended, pun still hilarious. That's a good one too. Yeah, that is a really good one. If anything were written specifically for the Dream Master, then yeah, I could say that, but it wasn't. But that's a really good one, the Dramarama one. Slasher Fred says, what is my favorite scary scene from a non-horror movie? Yes, non-horror. Can it be Thriller? Scary scene. Okay. Here's one. When I was a kid, this freaked the hell out of me. Fucking Large Marge, dude. Scared the bejesus out of me as a kid. I was like hiding behind my mom's recliner. Like a little, and yeah, that was just like a few weeks ago. But scary still. So yeah, Large Marge. There we go. Red Right Hand wasn't made for a horror movie, but it is a good one. It is a good one, yeah. Oh, good old Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. But was that made for the movie Pet Sematary, or is it just? I thought they wrote the song after the movie. Was it really written for the movie? Could be. Favorite Megadeth album they just played here last week with Anthrax. The right answer is Rust in Peace because it is the greatest thrash record of all time. I think that's the best one. My favorite one, like if I had to pick one, it's the only one I could listen to over and over and over again. I'd probably go Countdown to Extinction. And I know that's a pretty safe, like poppy Megadeth record. I really love that record. The production is fantastic. Marty Friedman and Dave's solos are really fun. And there's something just a little more, not that Rust in Peace isn't catchy, but I love that, Countdown to Extinction really does have these great hooks. It's very hooky and it's very bluesy. So I think that's where the pop kind of comes in, because they're still a metal band, but I hear more of a blues influence on the songwriting in Countdown to Extinction, whereas the influence, or what I'm hearing in Rust in Peace and the previous records before that is more of your straight up thrash, which is great. I think Megadeth is way better than Metallica. I don't even think it's close as far as quality of art goes, and like prowess, playing prowess and vocal prowess. I think Megadeth is far better than Metallica. But yeah, I would say Rust in Peace is the greatest metal album of all time, period. Even if you don't want to say greatest metal album, greatest thrash record of all time. Yeah. But Countdown to Extinction, if I had to pick one, it was the first one I got. My brother bought it for me on cassette right after it came out. What was that, 1991 or 92, something like that? Got it for Christmas. I didn't even know what Megadeth was. I had no idea. Push play. Just skin of my teeth, just like, ripping my ears off right away. Fucking incredible. Great record. Oh, yeah. Gonna listen to that after this. All right. We got Nanette's Blood Rose Horror Nightmare hanging out with us. Or Horror Fairy now. Sorry, it was Horror Nightmare before. We got Nanette hanging out with us. What's happening? Nanette says, what is a horror movie that you like that not many people know that I like? Ooh, my secret favorite horror movie, right? Or something like that. I might have some. Nanette, that's a really good question. Let me see if I can think of something without completely bringing everything to a screeching halt. Like an underrated horror movie that I like, but not many people know I like. I'm trying to think, like, what is one that I've, because I am a loudmouth motherfucker, and I'm just like, what is there something that I'm not already talking about that I really love? There's gotta be one. Okay, here's a new one that I like really fell in love with the first time I saw it, and that I just had an absolute blast with. It was The House by the Cemetery. I don't think I've talked about it very much. It's a Fulci movie. It's one of his like Gates of Hell, unofficial trilogy movies. I know it's got the little kid Bob that's got like the funny overdubbed voice. That really didn't bug me because I loved everything else that was going on in that movie. So yeah, The House by the End of the Cemetery. Really, really dug that one. That's a good question, Nanette. Thank you so much. That's a tough one. Some of these can be, I love it. I have to actually think. Good on you guys. It is pretty funny how Scream 3 did that. They're basically like, they're going to call you out in a movie that you're producing. How about that? Oh, that's a good one too. That is a freaky ass scene. That movie is good. That guy lives like up in Snowflake. It's not too far from where I'm at. Hour and a half or something like that. When I think of horror movies with them, a song is Pet Sematary. I didn't know that was for the movie. It did. Wow. I've never seen Pet Sematary, so I don't know. True story. Never seen Pet Sematary. Don't Let Go from the original Creep Show. I'm trying to think of that one. I can't think of it. Burn It Down by Boy Harsher from Halloween Ends. All of the needle drops in that movie are fantastic, man. That soundtrack's really good, and it's not even like my vibe for music, but man, it just matches the movie. Does What Lies Beneath? Yeah, I was going to use that one, Carrie, and I do think it counts as horror. At least that's why I said, does Thriller count? Because I thought of multiple scenes in What Lies Beneath that are super creepy. My hair is so dumb and pissing me off. Let's see here. What else do we have? Oh yeah. Well, everyone knows that I love Halloween Ends. That's the thing. I talk about it a lot. Love that movie. Favorite biopic. Don't really like biopics in general. Favorite biopic. I think that Doors movie is pretty all right. I had a fun time watching that. That Hurricane movie with Denzel from back when, I liked that one. I don't watch a lot of biographies or bio. Yeah, I don't really. I find that they lie so much in those types of movies that I just kind of lost interest. Truthfully, I'm jaded. House by the Cemetery is underrated. Jam, great pick. Thank you. I think, it's like for people that dig Italian horror and have gone through that phase, I think it's one of those that's like kind of a must, I just recently watched it for the first time. I had seen other Fulci movies that I dug, but man, I was like pretty impressed. Like just for whatever reason, sometimes Fulci's movies can seem kind of cheap to me, and like the effects don't really like match the moment and all that stuff. I felt like in House by the Cemetery, like all the effects and the impending doom, like the sense of foreboding, I just really felt it in the movie. It was like the secret sauce was there. Like I would watch, like if somebody was like, oh my gosh, I've never seen that, and like one of my buddies, I'd be like, let's watch it right now. Like that's a movie I would watch again very quickly. Yeah. Don't know if it was written for Eve, but I like Here in the Dark by Oblivion Bell. I don't know. Oh, is Eve a horror movie? I must have missed that one. Count 8mm. Oh yeah. I mean, 8mm is pretty fucked up. Yeah, I think you could say that's a horror movie. Yeah, for sure. Dude, Ed Wood is the director or the movie? The movie is so good. Oh my God. The movie is so good. Davey, did you just say you've not seen Pet Sematary? Yeah, I remember my brother coming back from the theater and kind of telling the story of it. I've seen scenes from it. I've seen the sequel because it was like always playing on HBO when I was a kid, and it would be on like at a friend's house. And when you're a kid and you can watch an R-rated movie that, without it being edited for television, you take every opportunity you can. But yeah, I've never seen Pet Sematary. So here's a weird thing about me. I've never seen Pet Sematary, but I have had dinner with Miko Hughes. So sorry, Miko. I guess I'm the jerk. But I liked you in Mercury Rising, and I, of course, saw you in Kindergarten Cap, and I think you were amazing in, Wes Craven's New Nightmare. Killed it in Dylan's New Nightmare. Still got it. Yeah, I'm a total fraud. That is a really good one. Yeah, thank you, Ben. I know that they made up some of that stuff with the guy that F. Murray Abraham played. I think they always play, true stories are always played with, of course. Yeah, I'm not telling anybody anything new. Yeah, Amadeus is really good. I do really love that movie. I've got it on. I bought it like back in the day, like double DVD. It was like Criterion Edition or something like that. Yeah, that movie's really good. The kid from Animal House that plays Mozart is super funny and like charming in his own way with his little like falsetto laugh, like like there's something about it. And of course, F. Murray Abraham is like, dude is locked in, bro. He is so good. That gave me a whole new respect for him just as a performer, because I don't ever remember him having really big roles like in my time, because I think Amadeus was like 81 or 82 or something like that, Best Picture winner. Maybe 83, but I think it was 81 because I think Gandhi won in 82. That's my birth year, and I'm pretty sure it was Gandhi. I could be wrong. Anyways, I remember seeing F. Murray Abraham and stuff, but nothing is like high marquee as a Best Picture winner. So when I went back and watched it, I'm like, dude's got chops. It gave me a whole new appreciation for any time I saw him in anything else, including National Lampoon's Loaded Weapon 1, where he plays the Hannibal Lecter fake character. And he says, he is so funny. Good drama actors, man, when they put on the comedy, it's so funny. Quid pro quo, Mr. Colt. What does that mean? It means I'm pretentious. I like that kind of shit. Like, oh my God, I love that. Great pick, Ben. Again, sometimes certain parts of my brain get the doors get closed when I go on a live stream. Just the shutters go down. Okay, let's see what we got. For the love of the horror gods, play Requiem already. Oh yeah, I was like, play Requiem. I'm like, you mean the album Requiem by Bracket, which is a fucking great record? Or are you talking Requiem for a Dream? Resident Evil. Resident Evil. Requiem. Yeah, hey, you learn something new every day, huh? I just thought, the Ramones were like, they were always so funny. They have a song where they mention the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and they were always just like referencing shit in the real world. That's what I thought. No, I guess they really, and it lines up because I think that is on Viva La Ramones or whatever, something like that. And it lines up because I think that was probably like 88 or 89 when that record dropped. I could be wrong about the record, but I remember. Like that all sort of lines up that they would be released right around the same time. Because Pet Sematary was probably 89 or 90 or something like that. Okay, let me catch up with you guys. Just looking for... Yes, I have. That's a great Kentucky Fried Movie reference there. Guys, if you have not seen Kentucky Fried Movie, I know all the old heads have probably seen it. Any of you younger cats, if you have not seen Kentucky Fried Movie, to prepare you, to warm you up for Scary Movie 6, I recommend watching Kentucky Fried Movie, Top Secret, Airplane, Naked Gun 2.5, Hot Shots, Hot Shots Part 2, and Loaded Weapon 1, National Lampoon's Loaded Weapon 1. A couple of those at least. But definitely Kentucky Fried Movie, because that movie does cross pretty much every line. Rex Kramer, that's all I gotta say. All right, what else? I still need to see Dr. Sleep too, and I've heard I need it. It has to be the director's cut. That the director's cut's the better one. Oh, Diddy, the audiobook of Interview with the Vampire. That's got to be a good one. He has a really good voice, and his cadence is really nice. Yeah, I could totally get into that. I don't know why I don't do audiobooks. I think it would be pretty cool though. You know, just listening to somebody whose voice I like reading something that I've never read before or have read. Fuck it, have read. Oh, let's see here. Just looking for more questions, guys. Okay, looks like I've got everything there. It doesn't look like I've missed any super chats or anything like that. Cool. Oh my gosh, Sean G gifted a membership. And let's see here. Do I have... Oh, Carrie, sorry, I got some questions over on the YouTube side. Carrie Craves Cinema asks, what movie impacted you the most growing up? Probably The Evil Dead. Like, Jaws made me fall in love with movies, and I loved many a movie after Jaws. But my movie fandom was like, I thought I was like, you know, I'm a movie fan. I love movies. I love horror, and I love comedy. And I even liked some of the classics too. Even in high school, I was still... I'm not going to call myself like an old soul. I think there's certain parts about me that are kind of that way. And when it comes to like appreciating media and art, like I don't struggle. Like I have a very easy time putting myself back in that time to experience something. So when I listen to a record from the 60s or 70s, I think about what it must have been like. I compare it to the stuff that was out around the same time. And I do the same thing with movies. So I was always like, you know, when I was a little kid, I was renting like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde with Spencer Tracy from like 1941 or 42 or whatever it was. Like that's what I was like renting at the video store. I mean, I rented other shit too, but once I got into like Universal Monsters and then I got into like classic like literature, like horror literature, I was like a total weirdo and renting, you know, old stuff. My parents were like, "This is what you want to watch? You want to watch Spencer Tracy?" Like that guy was old when I was a kid is what my parents were thinking. So I would say The Evil Dead probably impacted me the most because I was like 16, something like that, 15 or 16, watched it in the summer between, I think it was between my sophomore and junior year. And like that movie and Night of the Living Dead I saw in the same summer. And both of those movies combined made me just like, oh my God, so much more is possible in film than I ever knew. You know, The Evil Dead just blew the doors off the thing and was like, this is, because I was already in love with punk rock, like music. And I was like, damn, this is punk rock movie. Like that's what this is a punk rock movie. This is DIY. This is fucking getting it done. This is grit. This is not giving up on a project until you've seen it through, even if they only had 3 people on the set, you know, which they had at certain points with The Evil Dead. And just the way it was shot, the Sam Raimi style just seems so like wild and free. And that changed everything. Like Night of the Living Dead, Evil Dead just sort of like opened up my perception of like what I wanted to see and made me realize like what my taste really was. Instead of like knowing, oh, I like this movie, I don't like this movie, it really kind of helped me fine tune my fandom of film. Prince says, will McKenna Grace be a great Daphne Blake for the new Scooby-Doo series? I think so. She's really charming. She's super cute. She's got a look that's like Daphne. You know, they're gonna have to give her the red hair and everything. She's got that little, you know, that little pointy-ish nose, which the animated character has. I think she's got a really good look for Daphne. She's a little short. Because Velma's shorter than Daphne, I think. But whatever, that doesn't even matter. Like, it really doesn't matter as long as she feels like the character. And then I saw an interview with Matthew Lillard, and he's like, hey, he goes, I know who's going to be in it. I think they have an awesome cast. And he's like, the young man that's going to play Shaggy is, you know, I know he's capable of doing a great job. And Matthew let the people know, he was like, if there's anything I can do to help, like just let me know. Like I would help an actor if they needed help with any sort of decision or with the voice or with anything. He's like, I let them know that I would be more than willing to be there for him. So that's pretty encouraging too. Let's see here. So I got Nanette, I got yours. Excellent. Okay, cool. Prince says start bench cut Jamie Lee Curtis, Linda Cardellini, Nev Campbell. Like start bench cut in a movie? Or just like, what kind of start bench cut are we talking about there, Princey? You got to let me know. Because, well, and Linda Cardellini's in there, but I haven't seen her in anything horror, really, right? I'll go. So I'm going to start. Let's go hotness. I'm going to start Nev Campbell. I'll sit Linda Cardellini. I'll cut Jamie Lee Curtis. Horror contribution. I will start Nev Campbell, bench Jamie Lee Curtis, and cut Linda Cardellini just because I haven't seen her yet. But I have no doubt she's going to do great as Pamela Voorhees. I don't know. I don't know until I see it, you know. Who else would you cast for the Scooby Gang? I don't even know. I'm so out of it with these young actors. I am so out of it. I don't know any of them. You know, that's how I feel, kind of, right? Because I just saw Scream 7. I had like never seen those people in anything. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't know. Real or CGI Scooby? That's a good question. It would be so cool if they could find a way to have a real dog and then just deep fake the head or something like that. If they do CGI, it'll still look better than, you know, the older ones, right? Okay. What do we got here? Probably going to wrap things up pretty quick here, guys. What's happening? Ty Lee, one of our great channel members. How you doing, Ty? And Nanette is one of our great channel members as well. I think I missed that earlier. Sorry about that, Miss Nanette. Oh, is she in La Llorona? I never saw that one. But that sounds right because I think I've seen some stills of her from that movie. Okay, so she's done some horror stuff. I've not seen that one. So I don't think I've seen her in anything horror yet. Just learned that Little Sister in Ginger Snaps was Beth in the original It. Seems like they were so far apart for her to still be playing a teen. It's pretty crazy, isn't it? That is pretty wild. Ginger Snaps is fun. That's a really good movie. Is he still rocking and rolling? Frank Welker? Yeah, who else would you have do Scooby? Who does a good Scooby voice? I don't even know. I don't even know. All right, holy crap. So we're about an hour 45. Looks like I'm all caught up on the questions. We did not reach our super chat goal, which is totally fine. You guys still threw some love out there. That's amazing. Not only, oh, and I meant to, come on, what's going on? Okay, there we go. I just need to get back to the live chat because I know that I believe Sean had purchased a channel membership. I almost said family membership. Oh, Nanette, that's why I missed it the first time, because Nanette received the gifted membership from Sean. There you go. Welcome back to membership, Nanette. And thank you so much, Sean. Really do appreciate you, man. Fuck yeah. So let's go through our super special chitty chats. We got Ryan Michael became an official YouTube channel member. Thank you so much, Ryan. My buddy Ryan out in PDX. Manny's Manic Media became a channel member as well. Thank you so very much. B666 dropped a $4.99 super chat. Appreciate you. Jigsaw, Jiggy getting jiggy with a $5 Happy Technical Tuesday super chat. Thank you so much, Jiggy. And then we got Sean G dropping the 2 Canadian as well as the gifted membership to Nanette. Thank you all so much. You guys rock. Channel members, just out the wazoo, people. Thank you guys so much. Really appreciate every single one of the channel members. The patrons, thank you so much for supporting on Patreon. I have to do way more for you over there. I was even thinking about sprucing up the merch shop, guys, and just showing you what we have over there. Because, you know, if there's, for whatever reason, you're like, you know, I would like to support the channel, but I don't want my money to just go away to a chat. I would like to have like a shirt or a mug or a whatever. We do have that. link is in the description. I just don't talk about it as much. But I could maybe spruce things up, clean stuff up over there, and would have some cool shit for you guys going into the spring. We got Antonis Andriotis dropping in with a $4.99 super chat. Holy cow, one of our great channel members, Antonis. Thank you so much for dropping the $5, sir. And not much is up. I'm actually kind of closing things out. But Antonis, since you dropped $5, how about I hang out for $5? If you've got a question for me, or a couple, or whatever, feel free to drop them. I'll hang out for a little bit longer here. How about it? We will probably find out about that. I'm sure there's got to be, scenes that were left on the cutting room floor. Maybe they did alternate endings. I don't know. I don't know how they do that with the Scream movies, but there's got to be stuff that we didn't see. So it would be cool once it has, like, they're going to put out the regular release because they're going to try to get $30 from everyone for the Blu-ray. And, like, well, I guess they are doing a Steelbook 4K. Maybe that Steelbook 4K will have some deleted scenes. But usually what you see with a lot of these movies, Saigon, right? Saigon? It just makes me think of Dirty Work. That's the Saigon whore that bit my nose off. Yeah, what they usually do is they'll put out the version that's kind of bare bones. And then, of course, a year later, you get the awesome version that actually has the things you were interested in. Apparently in test audiences, they had Stu alive in the ending, but the test audience did not respond well. Oh my gosh, no way they shot that. Oh my gosh. I wonder if that's true. Oh my God. Where did you hear that, Carrie? I need to know. I need to read the source for sure. Wow. Yeah, I know a lot of movies do that. That's wild. The money is just for the channel and not for extra stuff, but that's just me. Well, no, and I'm not trying to, I certainly appreciate it, Sean. Absolutely. And I'm not saying it's a waste. I just wanted people to know that if they wanted to support, and maybe just super chats aren't really their thing. It's a really great way to support and also like rep the gear if you dig it, all that kind of fun stuff. Was the bar kill the most brutal kill in Scream 7? I think so. Yeah, I think it was. There's another one that's like super gory and stuff, but I think the bar one is the most brutal. I think it'll make sense once you see it as far as how it all plays out. Davey, if we have a horror term known as final girl, what do we call the men if they're the only one standing? I mean, what they just call him final guy, I think usually, Ash Williams, Jesse from, Freddy's Revenge, final guy, Scream King, all that stuff. Sci-fi YouTube channel for me. Man, Sci-fi, I watched it when it was called Sci-Fi, but they spelled it like science fiction instead of the way they do it now. But man, it's crazy. Mystery Science Theater was on there for a few years. So bizarre. That was the time when I was watching the Sci-Fi channel the most. Was when Mystery Science Theater was on. Ernest asks if money wasn't an gotcha. If money wasn't like a object, right? What movie props would I love to own? Okay. Movie props. I would love to have a barrel from Jaws. There's only like 3. I'll take one of them that was on the Orca. It doesn't have to be one that was strapped to Jaws. I mean, how cool would that be to have a barrel from Jaws? That would be incredible. So yeah, something like that would be really cool. A piece of the Evil Dead cabin. I don't know if any of that chimney is still, remaining. But a piece of the Evil Dead cabin would be unreal. That'd be really cool. Always try to think of something more recent too, just to try to like bring it home or something like that. How about one of Billy's Santa hats from the latest Silent Night, Deadly Night? There you go. Throw a little love there. Dylan Rona, what's happening, Dylan? Welcome on in, man. I don't know if you've hung out with us before, but welcome. You're kicking it with the Death Squad. We are a bunch of horror nerds. It's true. Dylan says apparently there was an interview with Kevin Williamson saying they shot an ending with with a Stu return for Scream 7 in case they wanted it but didn't end up doing it. Yeah, because Carrie just said that the test audiences didn't like it. I did not know that they did that. Well, then Stu fans should be extra not mad, because like, what if it would have been worse than what we got? You know, we still got Stu. Like, all the Stu lovers, like, you're not dumb. You're not wrong for wanting to see Stu again. There's nothing wrong with that. No one's telling you that you're wrong. No one's telling you that you're dumb. The characters in the movie are reacting, you know, kind of like the way I think logical people would react. Like, no way Stu could be back. Like, I don't, you know, Marco says that's dumb. He doesn't call the people dumb. He just says Stu coming back is dumb, or would be dumb, or whatever. Anyways, sounds like they tried it. Sounds like no one liked it. I would imagine there were some Stu fans in those test audiences that were probably like, that ain't it. So, yeah. I wish Derry was the final guy from Jeepers Creepers. I'd rather have him, not her. Yeah. Yeah, that's a tough one too, because there's not many characters in that movie. It's almost, they just both should have died, right? Chainsaw from Freddy for me. Chainsaw from Freddy. Oh, you're talking about a prop? When does Freddy have a prop? Or a chainsaw? Does he? Ooh, Willy Wonka's purple jacket. That's a good one. I was thinking like, yeah. Okay, so I got Santa's hat and then the barrel. Willy Wonka's jacket. That's a good one. I like that. Gosh, I'm trying to think of like another favorite movie of mine. Like Brody's Blazer from Mallrats would be pretty cool. Mallrats is one of my favorite comedies of all time, for sure. Favorite Kevin Smith movie, not even close. Yeah. Jason Lee is just straight up Chevy Chaseian in that movie. He's harnessing like the Fletch Chevy Chase, like the best of Chevy Chases in that performance. Would you mind describing what exactly happens during the party? You guys have all seen Scream 7, right? Because I don't want to ruin it. Well, I'll just say this, Antonis. There's a character that's stabbed in the gut. You think he's just going to be left for dead. He tries to pull himself away. You know, Ghostface is like dragging him away from the door and is like, I don't think I'm done with you yet. And picks him up. And there's a beer tap spout that's got a point on it. And Ghostface picks this guy up and puts the thing right through the back of his head, and it comes out the top. And a bunch of bloody beer comes out of the dude's mouth as he is standing there with his toes barely touching the ground, with the camera down the galley of the bar. It's very different from what you're used to seeing in a Scream movie. Yeah, I like it. Darren, we are awake. How are you doing? We got Only Sans Horror in the house. Yeah, Darren, I've gotten into this thing. I did it last summer where I was like, I'm gonna go live like at 10 p.m. Arizona time, and it was because I was house sitting at my sister's, and I didn't really have any agenda. I was just like, I'll figure something out. I'm like, every night I'll go live at 10 p.m. And it was so cool to see like new people come in, subscribers and channel members that weren't able to make it at like my normal streaming times. It was really cool. Like truck drivers that work in the middle of the night that were hopping on, and then you got, people such as yourself that, on the other side of the pond, you're, waking up early for work, and you got a little Davey Deathray radio. How's it going? But yeah, guys, if you've not subscribed to Only Sans Horror, you're going to want to check out Darren's channel. It's a lot of fun. He's a true professional. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, tune in when you want to like fuck off. Tune into Davey Deathray when you're like, oh yeah, there's some guy talking. Darren is just very, I really like what you do over there, Darren. I don't get me wrong, Slaughtered Lamb, you and Frank's chemistry is so awesome. And there's a different vibe over on Only Sans, and it's really cool, guys. Very audience participation heavy. I'm sure a lot of you guys already sub over there, but very into the audience. Darren knows what's up with physical media. That is something that I am like, goes so far over my head. So I love that there are people out there that can help educate us on that stuff. And man, Darren's scoring some really cool interviews lately. So throw him a sub if you haven't yet. And yeah. Darren's also really tall. I think I said it the other day, Darren. Somebody was talking about people that are taller than you think or shorter than you think, and I'm like, oh, but someone was like, oh yeah, it was last night on the Evil Dead thing. Keelan was like, Cody Leach is really tall, and I was like, Cody Leach is very tall. I was like, Darren from Slaughtered Lamb, holy crap, didn't see that one coming. I'm like, hi Darren, how are you today? That kind of thing. What? All right, let's see what else we got going on. I think so. I'll have to see the movie more. I've only seen it twice. I'm going to see it. I'll see it once more for sure, at least in the theater, because I have that A-list. It doesn't cost me. I would not pay to see like any movie that many times, but the A-list makes it so easy just to see it as much as I want. So crushes me that we didn't get the Fletch with Jason Lee. Yeah, Kevin Smith was working on that one. I think it was going to be called Fletch 1, but it was like WON. The Fletch movie with John Hamm is really good though. I do really dig that one. Yeah, sneakers from Back to the Future. You're talking about Back to the Future Part 2? That'd be cool. Yeah, that'd be pretty rad. Yeah, I loved that movie when I was a kid, seeing the future and everything like that. Ooh, the future. And then like the second half of the movie, I was like, ooh, it's so gross in alternate 1985. I was a stupid kid. You got it, Darren. Of course. Always such a fun time over there. And dude, I know like so many people wouldn't have found my channel, certainly wouldn't have found it when they did without the support of you and Frank over at Slaughtered Lamb. So absolutely, man. Killing it with that second channel. Love to see it. Okay, guys, I think Ernest's got another one, and then we'll wrap it on up. If you were driving down a country road, what movie vehicle would you hate/love to see approaching you in the rear view mirror? Well, absolutely Jeepers Creepers. I can't have that. I cannot have that guy with his "be eating you" license plate. I don't want to see the truck from Duel. Not into it. And then I don't know. Large Marge also. Don't want her either. What vehicle do I not want to see? Yeah, I'll go with the Jeepers Creepers guy. Why not? Trying to think of something else. Did he ask another one? I thought I did a pretty good job, but maybe I missed something. No, I think I got it. Okay. Yeah, I described. Yeah. That would be a heck of a stream idea. Davey Deathray describes scenes from movies. All right, everybody, I've reached the zero creativity part of my content creation, and now I'm just going to describe scenes from movies for 2 hours straight, and then watch that be the most successful thing I've ever done. Okay. Oh, yeah, that one's kind of cool though, with the Green Goblin on there. Yeah. We got Don Key jumping on in, another one of our folks from across the pond. Say hello, Davey, pretty please. It's 7:25 a.m. in the morning. All right, yeah. You guys are 7 hours ahead of my, my desert anchored ass here. Station wagon it's true. You don't want to see that. Nope. That's a good one. That is a good one, Darren. Yeah, you can't have that. Not one bit. And I think that's it. I think we got the big three right there. The big three of vehicles you don't want to see, not the big three horror franchises. What kind of vehicle would you put Jason in if you could? I guess Freddy would drive whatever, and sometimes Freddy becomes the actual vehicle, which is bizarre. Freddy becoming a motorcycle, essentially. What would Jason drive? Some little like Miata, just something. You just look so goofy. Anyways, I know I'm just like talking bullshit right now. I bet Jason Universe Jason would probably drive something terrible. And they'd probably try to trick us and say that Greg Nicotero designed that too. Yeah, right. ChatGPT designed Jason Universe Jason. I've seen Greg Nicotero's work, although Greg Nicotero's mask work, rough, not a strong suit. H2O alien mask and the Jason Universe mask, that's a pretty hard 0 for 2 right there. That's like 0 for 2 striking out looking both times. That's true. Well, okay, there we go. Jason driving an ambulance just throws the ambulance driver out, driving the ambulance. Oh, for fun. All right, guys, 2 hours in. So I think that's a good spot to wrap it up. You all are amazing. Saigon says, have you ever seen the horror comedy voice? Dude, that movie really made me feel icky, and I didn't like it. I was like, I can't tell if this is supposed to be funny. This is kind of grossing me out, making me really uncomfortable and making me feel really like bad for this character. So I guess a successful film in that realm, but yeah, that one really gave me icky feelings. And I don't get that very often. So maybe it's a me thing. All right, guys, that is going to wrap it up. Thank you so much to all of the channel members, all of the Patreon members, our amazing group of Death Squad mods. I don't know if any of them made it in tonight, but that's A-okay. You guys are awesome. I love all of you guys for hanging out, being a part of this community. The horror YouTube community is fucking incredible. Like, I know I say this every time. I feel like I have to. You never know, what's going to happen tomorrow or whatever. So I truly appreciate you guys, being here, participating. Even when I go live, like super fucking late and shit like that, you guys have been just awesome. Getting to know you and hanging out with you all has been incredible. And I just want to see this little, our corner of the community to grow with the greater community. So yeah, if you haven't already, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell. So when I create a live stream an hour before I'm going to go live, you can actually see that I'm going to go live, because I'm not the best planner all of the time. And yeah, hype the stream if you're watching after the fact, all that cool stuff. If you have any questions and you're watching after the fact, or I didn't get to your question, feel free to drop it in the comments. I love to interact with you guys there and get the conversation going and keep everything rolling over there. So thank you all so very much. I hope you guys have a great Tuesday, and I'll see you. Gosh, for some of you, it's tonight. For some of you, it'll be tomorrow. We're going to do a special Tuesday version of Hit the Bricks. So it's going to be Lee from Drum Dums, Nick from the Lost River Drive-In, myself, Matt Facci from Facci Cinema, and Brett Mann from Good Real Hunting. We're going to get into a whole bunch of it's going to be a Scream 7 love fest, not going to lie. So that'll be that. That'll be simulcast on this channel, so you guys can check it out here. And other than that, look forward to my Scary Movie 6 breakdown, because I'm going to find all the little characters and anything that anyone might have missed. I'm going to sift through that, and we'll be back with some horror movie news. And again, before I go, prayers, positive thoughts, whatever you got for Bruce Campbell and his family. Just that, putting it up there for, just healing, and that we're going to have him for a while, even if what he has says it's not curable, that he just kicks this thing's ass like Ash, and that, and we get Bruce for a good long while. I have never met Bruce, and I know this sounds selfish, but as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh shoot, I really should have taken advantage in previous times in my life, and hopefully I get that chance again. But hopefully, he beats this thing, and we get to keep our Ash around for a while. So yes, not trying to end it on a bad note. Just want everyone to send some love his way. That is what he and the Chin need right now. So you guys are amazing. Thank you so very much. I'll be back tomorrow night. And you guys know how we wrap these things up. Until next time, I've been and will continue being Davey Deathray. Take care.